John and Mary were recently married. They had just celebrated their beautiful wedding surrounded by family and friends, and now they were ready to embark on this new journey together. They were excited to start their life together. The thrill of being newlyweds filled their days with joy and anticipation. They had so many plans and dreams. They spent countless evenings discussing their future, imagining the life they wanted to build. They wanted to buy a house, travel the world, and explore new cultures. They dreamed of visiting exotic destinations and creating unforgettable memories, and maybe even start a family someday. They talked about the joys of parenthood and the kind of upbringing they wanted for their future children, but like many young couples, they knew very little about managing money together. The reality of financial responsibilities began to set in. John had always been good at saving money. He was meticulous about budgeting and keeping track of expenses. Mary, on the other hand, loved to shop and spend. She enjoyed the thrill of buying new things and often indulged in retail therapy. They both had different spending habits. John's frugality clashed with Mary's love for shopping, leading to occasional disagreements. Talking about money felt a little uncomfortable at first. They were both hesitant to bring up their concerns, fearing it might lead to arguments. One evening, while having dinner, they decided it was time for a serious conversation about their finances. They knew that open communication was key to a successful marriage. They both realized that to achieve their dreams, they needed to be on the same page financially. They agreed to work together, combining their strengths to create a solid financial plan. This was the beginning of their journey towards financial harmony and a bright future together. At first, John and Mary were hesitant to talk about money. They weren't sure how to start the conversation. They were worried about arguing, but they knew communication was key. They decided to approach the topic with honesty and an open mind. They promised each other to listen without judgment. John shared his concerns about overspending. Mary explained her desire to enjoy life's little luxuries. By talking openly, they began to understand each other's perspectives. Once they felt comfortable talking about money, John and Mary took the next step. They decided to assess their current financial situations. First, they listed their individual incomes. They calculated their combined monthly income. This was their starting point. Next, they tracked their expenses. They looked at their spending habits over the past few months. They categorized their spending into needs and wants. This helped them identify areas where they could potentially cut back. They also discussed any debts they owed, like student loans or credit card balances, and how much they had in savings. With a clear understanding of their financial situation, John and Mary were ready to talk about their goals. They dreamed of buying a house with a big backyard. They wanted to travel to Europe. They listed all their goals, both short-term and long-term. They talked about which goals were most important to them. They realized that achieving these goals required planning and saving. They decided to prioritize their goals and create a timeline for achieving them. They understood that some goals, like buying a house, would take longer to achieve than others. John and Mary had heard about the 3-account system for managing finances. They were intrigued by the idea and decided to explore it further. After doing some research and consulting with a financial advisor, they decided to give it a try. They believed it could help them manage their money more effectively and reduce financial stress. They opened 3 separate bank accounts, one for joint expenses, which would cover all their shared financial responsibilities. One account was designated for John's personal spending, allowing him to manage his own discretionary expenses. And the third account was for Mary's personal spending, giving her the same freedom and control over her finances. Each month, they would sit down together and allocate a specific amount of money to each account. This ensured that all their financial needs were met without any confusion. The joint expenses account covered essential bills and shared expenses like rent, groceries, and utilities. This made it easier to track and manage their household budget. By having a clear division of funds, they could plan their grocery shopping and utility payments more efficiently, ensuring they never missed a bill. The individual accounts gave them the freedom to spend on personal items without feeling guilty or arguing. John could buy his gadgets, and Mary could indulge in her hobbies. This system helped them stay organized, avoid arguments, and maintain a healthy financial relationship. They found that it brought them closer together. Over time, they achieved their financial goals faster, saved more money, and felt more secure about their future. The three-account system truly transformed their financial life. Section 6. Planning for Success, Monthly Check-ins. John and Mary committed to having a monthly financial planning session. They called it their money date. They used a simple spreadsheet to track their income and expenses. During their money date, they reviewed their spending, checked their progress towards their goals, and made adjustments as needed. These regular check-ins kept them accountable and ensured they were both on track. They celebrated their successes no matter how small. They also viewed any setbacks as learning experiences. Section 7. Ready for anything, building a safety net. John and Mary knew that unexpected events could happen at any time. They had seen friends and family struggle with sudden job losses, medical emergencies, and unexpected car repairs. Determined to avoid such stress, they wanted to be prepared for any emergencies that might come their way. They started by building an emergency fund, a crucial step in their financial planning. They knew that having a safety net would provide them with a sense of security. Their goal was to save enough money to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This meant calculating their monthly costs, including rent, utilities, groceries, and other essentials. They set aside a small amount of money each month into a separate savings account specifically for emergencies. By automating their savings, they ensured consistency and discipline in their approach. This gave them peace of mind, knowing they could handle unexpected expenses without going into debt. The relief they felt was immense, as they no longer had to worry about financial instability. In addition to their emergency fund, they also discussed the importance of having adequate insurance coverage. They reviewed their health insurance, car insurance, and renter's insurance policies to ensure they were well protected. John and Mary even consulted with a financial advisor to get professional advice on their overall financial strategy. They wanted to make sure they were on the right track for both short-term security and long-term stability. By taking these proactive steps, John and Mary not only built a robust safety net, but also laid the foundation for a secure and prosperous future. Their journey towards financial resilience was a testament to their commitment and foresight. Section 8. Reaching for the stars, planning for the future. Thinking about their long-term future, John and Mary decided to learn more about investing. They wanted to make their money grow over time. They started by reading books and articles about investing. They learned about different investment options like stocks and bonds. They decided to start small and invest a portion of their income each month. They also talked about their retirement plans. They knew that starting to save for retirement early was important. They set up retirement accounts and started contributing regularly. Section 9. Financial harmony, a stronger bond, a brighter future. Through open communication, careful planning, and a commitment to working together, John and Mary transformed their financial situation. They were well on their way to achieving their shared goals. More importantly, their financial journey brought them closer together. They learned to communicate effectively about money, which strengthened their relationship. They felt more secure and confident about their future. John and Mary discovered that financial education for couples isn't just about managing money, it's about building a strong foundation for a happy and fulfilling life together.